For the now twice indicted former president, what is the historical significance of what we are witnessing here?
Well, Mike and Claudine, another day, another motorcade to and from court. And once again, the former president finds himself in legal jeopardy. But to make it very clear how this impacts the coming election is that nothing with respect to these charges will be adjudicated before the election. Lots will be talked about, but nothing will happen. There won't be a trial even before the first quarter of next year when the primaries start.
But that being said, if the polls are also showing him as the clear front runner, you have obviously other people in this race trying to get a foothold. What does that mean for the general election and even going forward? Is that a good thing for the GOP to, have a front runner that is facing all of these issues and that position not seem to move at all?
Well, it can't be good for any political party to have somebody who's their front runner with all of these problems, and Georgia yet to come to the fore on election tampering charges. Having said all of that, Trump enjoys a base that as more Republicans get into this race, the votes for those people will split even more, and the people who are supporting Trump will stay with Trump. And so that's problematic for other Republicans in the race and for Democrats from the standpoint that if it goes that way, Donald Trump could easily become the nominee of the GOP. But we'll see. There's a long way to go.
And Brian, right after the arraignment, Donald Trump surrounded himself with supporters during that meet and greet in Miami. Then he got on the plane, went to New Jersey, again, surrounded himself with his supporters. I mean, how do you see himself projecting himself in the weeks and the months ahead during this campaign?
Well, as the aggrieved, put upon former president of the United States, he is coming at this from the perspective of this is a persecution, not a prosecution, and that political enemies are coming after him. The problem with that narrative is that these charges are serious. Now, they will get their day in court in front of a jury, but the handling of those documents clearly wasn't appropriate, and so whether they were illegal or anything else like that will be decided down the road, Mike.
Yeah.
But he's under a lot of pressure.
And it's not just these federal charges. Obviously, he's got what's going on in New York. You have the January 6th investigation. You have Georgia happening as well. If you're the Democrats, if you're the White House, I mean, the White House has stayed very quiet on this, not saying a lot. Is that the position we expect them to stay in?
Oh, absolutely. Let the Republicans eat their own. Let the courts battle it out relative to the former president. But at the same time, the Democrats have a bit of a problem, too. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris aren't viewed favorably by even a lot of Democrats, and certainly no Republicans. And so the idea of reelecting Joe Biden is going to be on the ballot as well, given his age and everything else. And because of that, this is kind of shaping up to be a really, really unique election if those two were to face off again.
No doubt. Political analyst Brian Sobel, always appreciate the conversation, and thanks for being with us tonight.
My pleasure.
And, of course, be sure to stay